welcome to the next iteration of my Killers series, I guess, if you will, with Gen.G. So, in my last video, I did Fnatic, and somebody commented that they'd like Gen.G to be the next one, so that's how I did it. Comment down below with who you'd like to be the next video. So, Gen.G, 9-7 internationally and 20-9 in best of fives domestically. So there aren't many opportunities to beat Gen.G and or have a positive win rate in best of fives against Gen.G. You're going to find actually many of the players, especially down here, are on Gen.G or were on Gen.G at the time in which, that they were on Gen.G at some point or are on Gen.G now. And then, several of these players, the T1 players, essentially, have negative win rates against Gen.G domestically, but internationally, the Gen.G moniker and things is, Gen.G moniker, that makes it sound like they own it. They don't, they probably don't want it, but Gen.G struggle internationally. They did win MSI last season, but typically they leave a lot to be desired at international events. So, you see here, the starting five for T1 for those few years. They saw a lot of success, and they went 2-0 against Gen.G at Worlds or MSI. So, Zeus, Owner, Faker, Guma, Carrier, all 2-0. Domestically, they went either 500 or had a losing record. Then you see Kingen, Pioshik, Zeka, Deft, Barrel. Well, think about 2022 Worlds. That's where that comes from. They all only have played Gen.G in one best of five internationally, and they won it because Kingen is actually 0-5 domestically against Gen.G in best of fives. Then that should say Yankos, not Wonder. But Wonder, Yankos, now Caps played against Gen.G more than once, so he's not on here, and similar to Perks and Mickey, but you think about Wonder, and that would be Yankos, 1-0 against Gen.G internationally, and then also EDG squad, Flandre, JJ, Scout, Viper, and then Mako has played Gen.G with Top Esports since then, so they're not included in that, but the others 1-0 against Gen.G on that one run, and then because rosters don't stick together, they don't play against them again. Just 1 second. Like I said, so they don't, they only play once, and then they may never play them again because rosters change and things. But all these players are pretty good. But then you have the random in mid lane, Yagao, 2-0 against Gen.G internationally. So BLG, 2-2 against Gen.G. With Knight in the lineup, 0-2. With Yagao in the lineup, 2-0. Weirdly enough. So, you wouldn't expect that really, but think about it. It's true. Yagao was 2-0 against Gen.G internationally. Domestically, Doran 2-1. Think about the HLE time, because you're going to see here, Doran, Peanut, and Delight are all on here because, HLE's had some success against Gen.G last season. Khan, Ghost 1-0, D plus Kia having success. Barrel, not necessarily domestically. Pioshik with Chovy and Deft 1-0 because of, you think about the DRX squad. Now insert top lane here. That top laner found a way to lose otherwise. Chovy 1-0, like I said. Teddy 2-1. So T1, I think, are 4-7 against Gen.G domestically in best of fives. Teddy has 2 wins. Guma has 2 wins. But Teddy has 1 loss. Guma has 6 of them. So that's something odd, too. Kind of like the Yagao thing. It's like, Teddy actually 2-1 in best of fives against Gen.G. He's been in the league pretty much the entire time Gen.G's existed. But for the majority of the time, Teddy's been on pretty shitty teams. So he doesn't get to have best of fives. He doesn't get to playoffs, but with T1 he did, and you go 2-1. So it's funny though, because like I said, you have all these T1 players up here, but Guma is 4 and is 2-6 or something against Gen.G domestically, but 2-0 internationally. And that's kind of the thing with Gen.G, that outside of last year where they finally stepped it up and won an international event, it's always been the thing, like, oh, well, Gen.G just are going to go to the event and they're going to lose. Kind of like how people think top esports right now, which makes me, do what I do when I say, top esports definitely has a chance to win. One day, it's just once tournament, it's going to happen. They're going to get over the hump. They're going to win, and everyone's going to be so shocked. And it's like the players were always capable of this. BLG similarly. BLG has not found a way to win yet. BLG will eventually win if they continue to spend and have a great roster. Good players will get it done. So, Gen.G doesn't have many killers, if you will. There aren't many players that have like crazy records. Really, most of them are 2-0, 1-0, and then you have a couple down here that, have traded back and forth. Peanut with 5 best of 5s against Gen.G over time, which is quite a few. Like I said, Kingen had 5, but he's 0-5. I think BDD was 0-2. Aiming is 0-5. So, thank you for watching. Comment down below what the next team you'd like this series to be about. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And hope to see you again tomorrow.